Psychology shows that people form impressions of your intelligence within seconds, often before you finish speaking. The surprising part is that it is rarely your actual knowledge being judged. Instead, it comes down to the subtle signals you project without even realizing it. Here are 5 common behaviors that instantly make you look less intelligent, and how to fix them. First, you speak before you think. Imagine being in a meeting when a question is asked. Before anyone else has time to process, you jump in immediately. But halfway through your sentence, you realize your point is scrambled or completely illogical. Psychology calls this cognitive impulsivity. When you blurt out answers to avoid silence, it does not make you look quick-witted. It makes you look careless. In reality, neuroscience shows that taking a thoughtful pause before answering is interpreted as a sign of confidence, authority, and emotional control, not ignorance. Second, you refuse to admit when you do not know something. Someone brings up a topic you have barely heard of, but instead of simply saying you're not sure, you guess or confidently explain something completely inaccurate. This is closely tied to the Dunning-Kruger effect, where limited knowledge creates unwarranted confidence. The urge to fake it stems from a fear of appearing uninformed. Ironically, pretending to know things usually destroys your credibility far faster than a genuine admission ever could. Saying, "I do not know, but I would love to learn," instantly builds trust. Third, you stop listening while others are talking. When someone else is explaining an idea, your eyes might be on them, but inside your head, you're already crafting your rebuttal or waiting for your turn to jump in. Psychologists refer to this as listening to respond rather than listening to understand. When you focus solely on your next line, you miss key nuances, interrupt at inappropriate moments, and give answers that don't address what was actually said. True intellectual presence requires actively processing what others say before planning your response. Fourth, you think winning every argument makes you right. You constantly correct people over minor details, interrupt mid-thought, or drag out a debate long after the conversation has lost any practical value. This behavior is driven by ego-defensive reasoning. Many people confuse relentless arguing with high intelligence, but research indicates the exact opposite. Intellectual humility, the willingness to acknowledge the limits of your knowledge, is a much stronger predictor of sharp reasoning. Needing to win every debate does not prove you're smart. It reveals an insecurity about being wrong. Fifth, you never question your own beliefs. When you read an article or hear an opinion that aligns perfectly with your view, you accept it instantly. But when presented with evidence that contradicts what you believe, you immediately dismiss it or rationalize it away. This is classic confirmation bias. Your brain naturally seeks comfort in familiar ideas, but real mental growth only occurs when your baseline assumptions are tested. Ultimately, looking intelligent is not about having a witty answer for every scenario. It's about staying curious when you don't. The wisest individuals are rarely the loudest in the room. They ask sharper questions, listen deeply, and freely update their minds when the evidence changes. Real intelligence is not a status you prove. It's a discipline you practice every single day.